You guys sound great together. There's such a great chemistry that you two clearly have out at the jump. It's amazing.
It's really nice. We just did a live version just to make a little video just now, and she's just so great.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one take and so musical.
She got the chops. So here we are, man. We're celebrating your return with some music. The music part of it is always there for you, I know. But then at some point, hopefully, we'll get to talk about the book, which I love, and then whatever that leads into musically. So I'm trying to figure out how this all fits.
So we just had this really lovely piece of music, and then we just wanted to put it out.
I'm glad you did.
So that's it. So it's not like pointing to my record. She's in the in between cycle, like it's just a one-off for fun.
And it's
summer breeze.
It very much is. It might be the song of the summer. We've been looking for one. You might be sliding in last minute. One more seat on the bus.
Wow, right next to Wham Whammy. Who's a lucky boy?
Yeah, you are. So let's talk about the day you recorded it, because I know that you are obviously strongly attracted to great performers, people who find the soul in a performance. And you've covered a lot of ground as an artist, as a producer, as a collaborator. This feels like an extension of an environment we know you in. Like this beautiful, warm rhythm section. It's driving it, momentum, the emotion, the rhythm. It's dance floor, but it's vintage. Tell us a little bit about the kind of orchestration of this whole piece of music.
Yeah, I knew I was going in the studio with RAYE, and I'm a big fan, and also just for what she's doing and musically, and even though I sound weird and American, I am English, and when like an English artist comes through and breaks the way that she has,
Yeah.
I just get excited. So we were going in the studio together, and I had a feeling we could probably cook up something on the fly, but I was like, let me just bring some music
Yeah.
as well, because I could just tell from listening to her, watching her live and seeing her evolution. So I went in the studio with one of my absolute favorite musicians, Tommy Brennick, who's, did Bruto's band, Charles Bradley, Kuko. He's played on every record I've done since Back to Black. And we just wrote this instrumental. We just kind of like, here's a vibe, and I brought it and I played it for RAYE, kind of like, let's see. It's always weird to just play somebody a track, especially somebody like RAYE who just writes, and she was like, I love it. And so I think I went to the toilet, honestly. I was gonna say I went to go make a cup of tea,
Honesty
but
is the best policy. Yep.
I went to use the restroom, and I came back, and she just looked at me and she said, I think this song's called Suzanne. I was like, excuse me, what? She's like, I don't know. I'm getting this feeling like this song is called Suzanne. Like that's what it needs to be. So she started to write this song, and it's just lovely, and it felt really great. And it's not from her record album, it's not from mine, it's just something that just felt like summer, and we just wanted to put it out.
Isn't it nice when something just comes out of nothing like that? I mean, you're inspired, you provide her with some inspiration, and then all of a sudden something just exists again. And this has happened countless times for you, but it must not lose its shine or its like joy to know that when you go home at the end of the day, you have a monitor mix of something that didn't exist before. You get to listen to it and just be like, wow, man, this is like a real thing.
It's a really lovely feeling, and we went back in. We did it at Studio 13. We did the music. We recorded the track at Tom's studio in LA, and then we were at Damon Albarn's Studio 13, which I had never used in London, and
Nice.
it's such a vibe.
Yeah, it's great.
And and then we came back in to sort of a few weeks later rewrite the second verse, but she's just so incredible. She's like the harmonies and stacks and her musicality and what she hears, and I just loved making this piece of
You
music.
snapped on it though, man. It must have been nice to get out I mean, I don't know what you use, but it's, to me, I always imagine you with the Gibson, when you get in this zone, you get out the hollow body, semi-hollow body, and it's just like, here comes this little, just this little runs, man. It must have been nice to do.
Yeah, I would love to take credit for that. I'm playing the bass on this one because just Tommy is just so crazy on the guitar.
Right.
He is my favorite guitar player. Like, we wrote Nothing Breaks together. Like, and when I'm out playing live, I'm usually playing parts that he's played on recording. He wrote the ba 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 ba. Like he's been sampled. Kid Cudi, like he just it's very soulful.
And you played the bass?
music.
You played the bass?
That's me. I'm on bass on this one. Yeah, we were just jamming out.
I thought the bass could have been better, but that's just me. I was just like, out of everything.
when I listen to this song, the bass is the only thing that I have no problem with, I swear. Um, but
So what's going on, dude? I mean, your book comes out in September. You're in a beautiful honeymoon period, having, dragged yourself through that process. And I say that with love because no one, I mean, there are authors who enjoy writing, but most people who write a book because they feel they should or they want to or they need to aren't authors by trade, find it tough. So you're in this beautiful thing where it's done, and now it's coming out in September. And where's your spirit, man? What's going on?
my spirit, I think I've been really working hard on on an album that's gonna go with Night People, the book. And that I think that was the other thing that was just so wonderful about this song with Ray, like just how like we just weren't really thinking about much except making something that felt good in the room. So just to get something out. Yes, for my record, I've been working hard in the studio. I want to make a record. The book that I wrote is about DJing, and it's very specifically about the '90s in
Mm,
New York City. I don't want to make a record that's like sounds like the '90s, but there's hints of it, and just figuring that out. And it's exciting. And, the book features stories with Q-Tip and Aaliyah and, a lot of amazing people from that
it's
era.
such a
So
good
I would
read. It's such a good
thank you,
read.
man.
No, no,
Thank
I'm,
you.
I'm looking at people in the room. It's really like it's even if you were nowhere near the city at that time and place, you know the music, right? These are the songs now that have become like classic rock radio. These are bangers you just hear all the time
Yeah.
everywhere you go. And you were right there as these records came out, and you beautifully captured the environment that kind of created these legendary moments, these legendary singularities.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we DJ together and we have so much of the same shared tastes, and it means very much that you think that. And yes, for this record, I just am trying to make something that touches an era but like feels modern and fresh. And so that's kind of the main thing, but I am excited about the record for sure. And it's very nice to just have this song out with Ray because she's just such a good energy. It's so much joy in it, and it's just yeah.
It's cool, man. Everywhere I've been going this morning in the studio, walking out there, the song has been playing as we've been getting ready to talk to you, and everybody has been listening to it, talking about it, and vibing to it. I think people really enjoy hearing you in this space. You know me, I love it when you're out in a new world because I have those records from you, and it's different relationships. So I'm like, where are you going next? That excites me. But I think people love it when you lean into this space that you know so well, and it can come so naturally to you.
I think so, and I do love it. And sometimes I need like a young, exciting artist like a Ray to be like, no, 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 do that. We love that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like, sometimes I forget I worked with one of my all-time heroes 15 years ago with Duran Duran, and I was just like, "Oh, can we make Rio?"
yeah,
And they're like, "What? We've done that." I'm like, "You know who else is doing it? The Killers and the
yeah, yeah,
Cosmos and
yeah, yeah,
Franz
yeah.
Ferdinand. Go make that," you know?
Yeah.
So, I sometimes now I'm that guy, I need these young bucks to be like, "Yo, break out the tape machine, the old sh
Yes, yeah.
give us the horns," you know?
It's good to see you, man, and I love you to bits. You know that, and I will see you soon. And thanks for sharing this, and thanks for letting us make a scene out of it.
I love you, and the studio is getting so sexy that the next time I imagine like Stanley Kubrick is just to the left of you, like filming. It's just getting more and more space age iconic sexy, and so are you.